welcome back to Fusion YGO, and today we are going to be doing a, we're continuing the alphabet tournament guidelines. So we're going to go over 3 different letters of the alphabet today. We're going to go through F through H, and we are going to talk about our personal rankings of the 3 best contained archetypes in each letter of the alphabet for the alphabet tournament. If you haven't already, it'll be right here. Way! I think I got that right this time. We'll find out when Christian does this. Yeah, so we're going to go over each letter of the alphabet. We're going to talk about contained archetypes, the decks that have, and strategies that have the best deck core, just in individual cards with no outside help. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Starting off with F and number 3, we have FA. FA is incredibly good. FA is able to do things like synchro summoning into control cards. It is able to synchro summon into really big boys. It has an in-deck macro Cosmos. Does a lot with level manipulation. So the strategy is actually pretty competent and can do a lot of different things. It just has a lot of lines of play, and it is going to take some very skilled individuals to be able to pilot a deck like that, which is why it takes up the number 3. At number 2, we have a deck that doesn't do as much as FA, but is easier and a little bit more consistent in my humble opinion and in our humble opinions, and that would be For Hire. For Hire has really big boys. It's got the ability to deal with stuff in the battle phase. It's very searchable. It's very cycle through. It has a lot of hidden potential, a lot of gems. Its biggest weakness is that it's For Hire and it's very exploitable and loses to things like Nibiru just straight up. Can also lose to things like Infinite Impermanence and Gamma. If they Gamma you on beat, it can really, really hurt. Which is why we put it at the number 2 slot for F. But for number 1, the number 1 F, that's a weird way to put it, is the FRIGHTFUR deck. So Fluffle Edge Imps, yeah, FRIGHTFUR is number 1. It has got a huge OTK potential. It has some of the some of the best consistency cards in any fusion-based strategy. It is able to cycle through the cards really quickly. It's got moves and combos that can net you plus like 6 or 7 in advantage. It's ridiculous. Its biggest weakness is that it not only can, but does pretty much hard lose to hand traps. But like every deck in F, its strengths kind of are explosiveness and pilotability. So we had to put at number 1, FRIGHTFUR. Moving on to G. In G, we start with number 3, and we went with Generators. Generators are big boys. It's just big boys. Just big boys. It summons a huge number of monsters that can do a lot of different things. It has been a topping strategy in the past 2 years. It is highly competent. It is more of a control. It's like True Draco, except with less floodgates, is the best way I know how to describe the deck. But it is very good and is very strong, and is why it is number 3. The next 2 decks are just a little bit more, a little bit or a lot more consistent. At number 2, we have the professional wrestlers. We've got GOUKI, baby! If I had G, this is what I would play because I'm comfortable with GOUKI, and I know GOUKI really, really well. Look, it's got an in-archetype towers. That's enough said. You want more? It has really big boys that are really good in battle phase. It has Monster Reborn ×2 in 1 card that is searchable. It's insane. So, yeah, we had to put GOUKI at number 2. It is highly consistent. Its biggest issue is that in, like a lot of decks today, it hard loses to things like Effect Veiler and Droll and Blackbird. So, yeah. But GOUKI is a lot more consistent than Generators, and is, in my opinion, the 2nd best deck in G. At number 1, we've Galaxy Photon. This isn't a surprise. This shouldn't be like a shock horror moment. Galaxy Photon has really big bodies. It is really good as an Exceed strategy because it has access to some of the best rank 8s in the game. It also has access to some really powerful rank 4s in the Photon stuff, and is highly consistent, summons out dragons, because there's not enough dragon support. The deck is incredibly useful, incredibly versatile, and is really capable and quick at producing really big boards and really big bodies. And that's why we had to go with Galaxy Photon as number 1. Into H. At number 3, look, H isn't very deep, so this first one is very indicative of that. That would be Hazy Flame as number 3. Hazy Flame is a very old deck. It has not gotten any new support as far as I know, and it's rank 5s and rank 6s, and they're fire. That's all you need to know. It's not very powerful, and that's just the way it is. At number 2, a drastic change up from 3 to 2, Harpy Lady. Harpy Lady has a lot of consistency cards. It has a lot of power cards. It is very good as a control deck. It is very good as a board. It can break boards. It is the only deck in the tournament that has access to Harpy's Feather Duster because it is a Harpy card. It's just really powerful. It makes complete sense that this deck would be there. For all the reasons I just listed, Harpy Lady is very powerful and can do a lot of crazy things in this tournament. But at number 1, and the drop off between number 1 and number 2 is actually pretty large, and I hate that this deck is here. I hate it so much, as I don't like this deck. I just don't, and that's a personal preference. If you like this deck, more power to you. I just don't enjoy it. Heroes is number 1. Look, it's whatever kind of heroes you want to play. It's heroes. I don't know what else to tell you. Malicious Bane is a heck of a card. Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer is a heck of a card. Friggin' Plasma and Darklaw are a heck of powerful cards. I got nothing else to add to that. And lads, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Make sure, if you haven't, make sure to check it out here.
We were so close! My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
The Alphabet Tournament, we'll put it right here. Make sure you go through the entire playlist. Check out, in the description, Chronos Discord. Check out Chronos Discord in the description below. Make sure to leave a comment what you think are the best F through H. The 3 best decks, or what you think are the best strategies from those letters of the alphabet. I want to hear your opinions down there. And until next time, lads, good fun. Have luck.